Hi guys, we're going to go over the third problem, the U-try problem from lesson 16. And we're asked to solve a equation with a fraction as an exponent, and it has variables on both sides. The first thing to notice is that an exponent of 1/2 also means it's saying the square root of the quantity, which is the square root of negative 9x plus 45. So these two things are equivalent. And the right side is x minus 5. So in order to isolate the square root, or to get rid of the square root, we can square both sides, and that would be the same thing we could do over here. The next step is the same, but we got to make sure that we square the right side as well. On the left, by raising the square root to a square, we just have negative 9x plus 45. And on the right side, one thing to remember is x minus 5 squared is telling you to do x minus 5 times x minus 5. So we got to make sure we distribute this right side. So we have negative 9x plus 45, x times x squared, minus 5x, minus 5x, and then negative 5 times negative 5 is plus 25. And if you feel comfortable enough just going from here to simplifying what we're going to do next, you can skip this step and go straight to negative 9x plus 45 equal to x squared. So you can just combine these like terms, which is going to be minus 10x plus 25. The thing to recognize here is that x is squared, and then we have another x they're unlike terms, so just solving it would be very difficult. The strategy is going to be to make one side equal to 0 and then factor. So let's do that by moving everything from the right side to the left side. Let's do plus 9x to cancel the 9's out. So we'll add 9x to the right side. And let's also subtract the 45. Subtract the 45. So now we have 0 on the left side, and x squared, negative 10x plus 9x is negative 1x, and 25 minus 45 is negative 20. So now we can try to factor this trinomial into two nice binomials. So then what's going to multiply to give you negative 20 and add to give you negative 1? And you can come up with positive 4 and negative 5 are the numbers that would factor. And since we have the left side equal to 0, the question is what value of x for this set of parentheses, what value of x is going to give you 0? And the answer is 5. And then the same question, what value of x is going to give you 0 over here? So that means your solution is x equals negative 4. Now we have to check, since we have a square root, we have to check that both of these solutions, or one or the other, are actually solutions. So let's check both of these numbers by plugging the x back into our original equation. So we'll take negative 9 times 5 plus 45. And remember, in the original problem it was raised to the 1/2. So we're going to take it to the 1/2. And on the other side we have 5 minus 5, which of course is 0. And then simplifying the right side a little bit, negative 9 times 5 is negative 45 plus 45 to the 1/2. Negative 45 plus 45 is 0. 0 to the 1/2. And of course 0 to the 1/2 is going to be 0, just like the square root of 0 is 0. So we end up with 0 equals 0, which is a true statement. So that means that the answer of 5 is a valid solution to this problem. So let's maybe off to the side say that one of the solutions we know for sure is 5. Let's do the same thing for negative 4. Let's check if negative 4 is a solution by the same way. So we'll take negative 9 times negative 4 plus 45 to the 1/2. And again, I'm just putting in the value of x in the original equation. And then x minus 5. So we're going to put in negative 4 minus 5, which is negative 9. And then simplifying on the right side, on the left side a little bit, negative 9 times negative 4 is positive 36 plus 45 to the 1/2. 36 plus 45 is 81 to the 1/2. And 81 to the 1/2 is the same thing as saying what is the square root of 81, which is positive 9. And on the right side we have an answer of negative 9. So if we compare the two answers, 9 and negative 9, we find that they're not equivalent, which means that negative 4 is not going to be a solution to this equation. So the only valid answer is going to be x equals 5. Alright, so that'll do it for this video. Feel free to watch it again and keep practicing. See you next time.